Hello, everyone. I'm here with another video, and in this one, I want to talk about loneliness because it is a man's true power. People ask me, how do you go everywhere and travel alone? My answer is, being alone is power. As Arthur Schopenhauer used to say, solitude is the fate of all outstanding spirits. Most people think being alone is sad and depressing, but what's truly sad is being surrounded by idiots, fake people, superficial friendships, and toxic relatives. It's sad to live deluded, in empty relationships, thinking that someone else is the reason for your existence, your happiness, the love of your life. That's what's truly sad, depending on another person, being an emotional and needy slave. There are many people out there who are depressed because they don't have validation. People who can't handle a breakup. All of this is weakness, neediness, and emotional attachment, which only leads to suffering and tragedy. The reality is that you have to be complete. Don't wait for someone to complete you or add to you. In the end, it's just you. And be careful with the illusions they sell you. Solitude is power because you focus on your goals, on your development. At work, for example, if you enter focused, without depending on the validation of others, without that childish need to have friends or colleagues, speaking only the basic and necessary, without exposing your life, you control everything. You earn respect and avoid gossip, empty conversations, and superficial people. You can achieve your goals, do what you have to do, come home in peace to study and develop. But the moment you give an inch to anyone and open up too much, becoming needy to talk to someone and wanting to have friends or colleagues, you're digging your own grave. All kinds of terrible people appear around you, colleagues who will make jokes and gossip. Others who already think they have the intimacy to mess with you. You lose respect, your ear becomes a trash can for pointless and empty conversations, and you also lose your integrity. And when you open up too much and start talking about your life, that's it, it's nothing but a headache. People, deep down, don't want your well-being, they want stories to gossip about, an opening to belittle you, and weaknesses to be used against you. This doesn't just happen at work, it's in all areas of life. If you give space, if you open up too much, if you give your energy to empty people, the return will always be the same, problems. Therefore, the best attitude is to be cold. Be polite but distant. Be professional but inaccessible. Don't mix, don't give them an opening, don't feed snakes with attention. When you learn to love your own company, idiot and failed people will never enter your life again. Automatically, you create a filter and you truly learn to see companies that are good, people who have the same interests and goals as you, because what is not compatible is a waste of time. I'd rather be walking alone here than be in the middle of a bunch of retards, talking about women, football, or booze, or with some gold digger on my arm to show off as a trophy wife. I'm out of that, man. I'm great the way I am. The fewer people, the better. But people prefer empty crowds, social media, and exposing themselves. And, deep down, they are the ones who are truly lonely because they can't even stand their own company. And those who keep running after others only get screwed. Frustrations and depressions happen when the mask falls, when you realize you've put your life in the hands of other people. Solitude is not sad. The sad thing is being a slave to the illusions of this world. Nothing belongs to us. When you understand this, life becomes simpler. It was what Marcus Aurelius always said. A man's power lies in solitude because he learns not to need the validation of others, he doesn't need an audience. He walks alone, but each step is his own and not taken to please anyone. A man who masters solitude will never be a hostage to women, friendship, status, or applause. If he chooses to connect, it will be by choice, not by need. And that is the greatest freedom that exists and that few understand. So, I don't feel lonely at all. The crowds tire me. I need to be alone. I need to put my mind in order. I need to think. I need to develop. And the truth is that most people get in the way of our lives. If you really want to grow, go to college, follow a career, build something solid, you need to understand one simple thing. Too many friends only hold you back. Because when you start giving attention to those who don't have the same goals as you are automatically pulling yourself down. While you're thinking about studying and evolving, the other person is thinking about partying, gossip, and wasting time. And when you get mixed up with them, you fall behind. That's why so many people don't get anywhere, because they trade their own path for a circle of friends, for superficial things that lead nowhere. There are many people out there who messed around in high school and college and are now complaining because they followed that cursed path. Since I was little, in my school days, I learned one thing. That guy who was solitary, or that girl too, always got the best grades. Because solitude is power, it doesn't take away your focus. All the greats in history walked alone, they followed their own path. And the reality is this, in life, we are all solitary. We are born alone, we live alone, and we die alone. But we spend our whole lives trying to escape this, running after groups, friendships, relationships, just to not face the silence of our own existence. And here is the big mistake, which is when you try to fill this void in others and not in yourself. Because the void can only be filled from the inside out. It's not a friend, it's not a colleague, it's not the great love you idealize and say you feel that will save you. If you don't have strength on your own, you will always be a slave to company. In this world, it's not worth suffering for anyone. Everything is temporary. If you understand this, you learn to forge your own path, without asking for approval, without seeking validation. This is the true power, walking alone, free. This is evolution. Enough with empty conversations, gossip, pointless small talk. Enough of wanting to please others, relatives, and all that damn fake stuff. Or of worrying about what people think or what they will find. Say, FCK it, and live your life. If you're focused on your goals, you're making money, you're building your things, that's what matters, man. The rest is just vanity, it's an illusion. Don't depend on anyone. Be free. A man truly has to follow his own path. And the power of solitude is magnificent. All the great philosophers warned us about this. Avoid the masses. If you stayed until the end, like, share, and feel free to leave comments. Get my e-book, The True Manual of the High-Value Modern Man. Link in the QR code in description. See you in the next video. Onward, warriors.